are right now. Okay, Brad Nelson, Ted Felicetti. Let's see what's going on here. Ted currently up a game with a blue-white control deck, huh? Dovin Bond on the battlefield. So it looks like Ted's going to minus that to gain a little bit of life and draw a card. Okay. Also on Ted's side, he's got an Archangel Avacyn and a Torrential Gearhulk. It looks like Avacyn's going to be coming in along with the Gearhulk as we're jumping into this one mid-game. So we'll try to update you guys on what's happening here. For Nelson's side, that Avacyn is attacking Brad's Gideon. Brad's also got a couple of, looks like, emblems out there. Gideon emblems with the creatures are pretty large. Some Night Allies, a Tyler's Tracker that has a counter on it, a Clue token, and heck, even a Servant that adds some manas. See if Ted can actually make blue-white control happen. Not something I expected to see coming into this tournament.
Yeah, for all you control fans out there, only creatures in Felicetti's main deck, 4 copies of Torrential Gearhulk.
Got the Archangel Avacyns on the board?
Yep.
Gotcha. I think that Gearhulk's pretty good.
It's very context-driven. It matters a lot about what are the quality instants that you can flash back and how many of them are you happy to play anyway, and how versatile is your suite and so on and so forth. But power level-wise, I think you're going to see this in a lot of cubes, that's for sure. I think it's the most high-impact cube one. It's just a function of, the question is just, are there enough diversity among the instants you can be playing in Standard?
Well, Ted's got a lot of cards in his hand right now, too, so it looks like maybe he's gotten to the stabilization point as we jump into game number 2. Immolating Glare is going... Oh, I see what's going on here. So he's going to kill, it looks like, his own Gearhulk to transform... Ah, okay, his Archangel Avacyn. Okay.
A lot of ins, a lot of outs.
A lot of...
what have yous.
Yeah, those.
Although, I don't think that flips very good with the Gideon emblems.
Okay.
Not doing a lot to the board there.
I think Ted may have made an error there.
Yeah, find out in a moment.
Yeah. I could certainly see the plan. I think the plan may have fell through. Brad having 2 Gideon emblems. This is Quarantine Field. That's going to get negated. I think this still may allow Brad to attack for something close to lethal. Yeah, he's going to attack with everything.
He can't do anything else. He's dead on the way back.
Yeah,
so
might as well get in the red zone. This is Sky Whaler's Shot. And then he gets to block 1 creature and he still dies. So, okay. It looks like, we'll confirm really quick that Brad did win this game. Just want to make sure. Okay, so Brad wins. They're beheading the game number 3. Nelson, Felicetti, all tied up. You see maybe a bit of a misstep. Like, would he have won if he has Immolating Glare there in that spot? Maybe he dials back the aggression a little bit. I think maybe just a bit of a miscalculation on Ted Felicetti's part.
Well, the problem is it forced Brad's hand because he knows he's dead next turn. And Felicetti can't beat the board.
Yep.
So all Brad's going to do is attack with all the stuff. And if you can't beat that, then I question the line of play.
Well, that's reasonable. We'll start with Ted's sideboard. He's got a Fumigate, 2 Fragmentize. We're going to see a lot of Fragmentizes in sideboards. 2 Authority of the Councils. That's kind of the new take on Blind Obedience. You've got 2 Negates, 2 Summary Dismissals, 4 Gideon Ally of Zendikar, and 2 Archangel Avacyn, which we know are in the deck.
Yeah, and we saw the 2 copies of Negate, or likely the 2 copies of Negate, along with the 2 copies of Archangel Avacyn. And I would probably want to leave it at exactly that. It's not like Gideon is an easy card for Felicetti to leverage in this matchup. Brad's probably the deck that plays the game on the battlefield a little bit better, and the rest of the stuff is for other matchups. I suppose the Fumigate here is fine, given that Brad is playing more to the battlefield, but Brad's also got a fair amount of sustainability and Planeswalkers. It probably comes in regardless, but not as good here as it would be against a lot of other green-white or creature-based strategies.
For Brad Nelson, 3 Natural State, 3 Declaration Stone, 2 Fumigate, 2 Quarantine Field, 2 Involve the Preserver, 2 Nissa Vital Force, and 1 Tireless Tracker. We saw Brad in round number 1 today. We know that he likes to be able to turn his decks into kind of flexible sideboarding decks. He's doing that yet again.
Well, the creature removal plan here I think is no good. Felicetti's creatures all play at flash and also generate value when they enter the battlefield. So that's kind of a hard dynamic to leverage there. But the Tireless Tracker, the 2 copies of Nissa and the 2 copies of Quarantine Field, pretty solid for this matchup. Gives him a better, longer game and allows Nelson to answer some of the problematic permanents and Planeswalkers that Felicetti's casting.
Well, that gives you an idea what both players are working with. We're going to get ready here for game number 3. Let's talk about the SCG newsletter while we wait. However, it is your source for Magic the Gathering news. A lot of stuff going on in there talking about the SCG Tour.
Yeah, a lot of going on over at Star City Games with the latest about the SCG Tour and a selected SCG Tour match of the week. Exclusive deck list and advice from many of your favorite columnists. an update about all the recent events, an exclusive cardboard crack comic, and best of all, signing up is free over at go.starseedgames.com/newsletter.
Ted Felicetti getting ready to play here for game number 3. We know so much about Brad. We can learn about the 32-year-old from Sugarloaf, PA.
Yes.
Not Sugarloaf, NY. With 3 open top 8s, 1 win in Richmond just a couple of weeks ago. He beat the crap out of me in the quarterfinals of that tournament with Bant Company. Is the booking agent for the Ataris, Screeching Weasel, the Queens, and Richie Ramone. I haven't seen this one yet.
I have not.
He lives at a funeral home. I don't know if that's depressing or what I should think about that, other than it probably being true.
Yeah, I think most things you just get used to over time.
Okay.
So that's my answer to that.
Beautiful. Well done as usual. And then performed for 8 consecutive years on the Vans Warped Tour. I've been to that concert like 7 times.
Okay.
So I'm very pro Ted Felicetti right now.
This is interesting. I like when we get the player profiles that want me to ask more questions.
Yes, me too.
Because all of these are asking for more questions.
Does he sing?
Right.
What instruments does he play? I have no idea. Apparently he was in the band Split 50, which
Okay.
I will be Googling post-round now.
Okay.
Learn more about, because it could be within my musical taste, given that I do like the Ataris quite a bit. I've also seen the Ataris at the Warped Tour
Wow.
to see them play Boys with Summer. So there you go. Why is that funny? That's a great tune.
Well, it's not theirs.
Well, I know that. They covered it, but they have the best cover of that song, Not Close.
I don't know how many covers of that song exist.
Probably quite a few, and some would argue, and I know Twitter might beat me up about this, it might be better than the original. The cover is that good. The cover, you've definitely heard the cover by the Ataris.
Yeah, I have.
You've definitely heard it.
Better than, oh man.
It's very good, man. Like, the Ataris aren't known for much outside of the cover of Boys of Summer and In This Diary and maybe a handful of other songs, but the cover of Boys of Summer, they nailed it.
That's a very short list of covers that I believe are better than the original. I don't think that makes the cut for me.
What songs do you have where cover is better than the original? I have very few, by the way.
A cover of This Is Robinson by the Lemonheads I put on that list.
Okay.
I would put cover of Sheryl Crow's If It Makes You Happy by the Screaming Females on that list.
Okay. Okay.
I would hear an argument, I know this is heresy, I would hear an argument for Peter Yorn's cover of Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen making that list. Not the Ataris, however.
Well, all right.
Would not make my cut.
All right. For me, I like the Atari song a lot. I like the King of Wishful Thinking by Newfound Glory. I like that cover, along with Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. They also covered that song. Okay.
We gotta go back to the match.
You can't handle it? You can't handle it? They do a great job on that one, too.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah.
Believe me, they do. This is a turn 3 Gideon.
Yeah, Felicetti's getting beat up here. Back to the match real quick.
Don't you laugh at me. Don't you laugh at me in my musical taste. Okay?
Oh, man. That's good.
We've been living together basically for 4 years.
I should have known.
You should know this by now.
Yeah.
None of this should be a surprise. None of it. For a little while, when I was young and stupid, I thought that the Alien Ant Farm cover of Smooth Criminal was better than Michael Jackson. And my dad actually yelled at me, and he was like, if you ever say that again, that's it.
Right. Your dad's not wrong.
He was correct. He was correct.
definitely correct.
It's a good cover, but I was young and dumb then. I didn't fully appreciate everything that MJ had to offer. I'm sure Twitter is going to beat me up in a big way soon. They might attack you, too.
I mean,
at Basic Mountain.
Peter Yorn's cover of Dancing in the Dark, I mean, it's phenomenal, but putting something over the boss, that's a big call, and I might be wrong there. But it is definitely not the Ataris.
Most people believe that the Atari's version is better. I'm just going to put that out there.
I believe it's more popular. I believe it's...
Do you want to circle back?
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a bit.
Here comes Brad with Gideon, the Servant, and a Knight Ally token. Pretty healthy attack here. Ted, just my recommendation, I would do something.
These are tough lumps to take.
If you don't, you will die. I would do something. Now is not the time to draw cards either. Looks like he's going to, oof, boy, that's a 9.
He's got a tough chin. Yeah. Just took it all.
Looks like another copy of the Servant here from Nelson. All right, Ted's got to scry and draw some cards. All right, so this is a new card drawing spell here. Make sure I have Brad's deck list in front of me for everybody. So Brad's out there. He's got the Servant of the Conduit. All that good stuff going on. Glimmer of Genius here from Ted, which means he'll scry 2, then peel 2, then get 2 energies.
This is an improvement over Inspiration.
I agree. 5 mana is the time to Fumigate. It is. Ted's going to gain some life. But, you know, this is kind of the problem with Fumigate. I think it's a pretty good card, but a lot of people are going to either go towards Planeswalkers or vehicles. If you
and this is going to be the challenge of building control decks in this format full stop. Planeswalkers and vehicles and the wide array of quality creatures are all kind of tough to answer and require. Oh, not seen this yet.
Gideon's getting some counters from the Green Gear Hulk. This is getting nasty.
And I believe Brad considering putting 1 copy here on the Gear Hulk so that an Avacyn next turn doesn't really matter. It just plays right over the top of that.
Looks like it might be a 2-2 split.
That would allow him to play over the top of the Gear Hulk as well as Avacyn.
Very true.
He gives up a point or 2 this turn, and he's got to figure out how much that matters. But if he can get the Virtuous Gear Hulk to a 6/6, then he doesn't have to worry about Felicetti flashing in a creature and that mattering at all.
We're still looking at a 2-turn clock here, too.
Yeah, and he's still got 2 turns. Okay. He's still got it spread out. So I like the distribution of counters there.
And Ted does actually have a copy of Avacyn in hand, so he'll play a land. Looking at a Sky Whaler Shot. There's an Avacyn, there's a Dovin Bond. Now, he might be able to get his way out of this situation with Immolating Glare, maybe. We'll have to see. I think he might have a copy of Blessed Alliance. These are all things that Nelson has to be worried about at this stage of the game. Looking to ride that Gideon to victory. Elevator going up. 7 counters. Beatdowns. There's Sky Whaler Shot. 3 mana, destroy target creature with power. Oh, no. Oh, good God. Blossoming Defense is a gigantic beating, and that is going to do it for this one. Brad Nelson's going to win this match over Ted Felicetti. 2-1. Green-white aggro will take care of blue-white control. Blossoming Defense, you are filthy.
4X.
Yeah.
In the deck this weekend. I think if you look up and down Brad's deck list, it's all cards that you would expect to be good, you already know are good. It's all cards with previous tournament resumes, plus Virtuous Gear Hulk and Smuggler's Copter. Not hard to buy into this. Really only the Blossoming Defense is the new thing that a lot of people aren't necessarily